Say your husband comes home or your wife and they're covered in blood, splattered with blood. And they say, I don't want to talk about it. And they go clean up.
This? No. I was at a costume party earlier this evening.
But you find out the next day that your neighbor was stabbed, either injured or to death, doesn't really matter, but they were attacked by someone with a knife. You have not had a conversation with your spouse about this thing. Does spousal privilege still apply here?
There is a second privilege, and that privilege is spousal testimonial privilege. And the rule is written basically a husband or a wife is not competent to testify against the other. Period, full stop, right? Unless it's waived. And that's why I want to stress there are two different privileges. That is not covered by spousal communication privilege because it's not a communication. It may still be covered by spousal testimonial privilege, where the other side simply cannot call you as a witness at all. Any of these facts, which are not covered, clearly not covered by spousal communication privilege, nevertheless, the other side cannot call my spouse to testify against me, even about facts that have nothing to do with any kind of confidential communications. Just not allowed to call my wife as a witness against me. Now, again, against can be a little bit tricky. I think the best reading is, well, look, first, the other side cannot call them as a witness. If I'm not volunteering them as a witness, if you're calling them, that's against me, right? That's a hostile witness kind of situation. I can file a motion for a protective order to stop it. Spousal testimonial privilege is different in that what matters is at the moment they're called as a witness, are they your spouse? If I made communications with my fiance and then got married and we're still married, while communication privilege won't apply, testimonial privilege will, and you can't talk to my wife anyway. Now, if we get divorced subsequently, then I have no protection whatsoever. Communication privilege will still apply to any communications that were made while we were still married, but spousal testimonial privilege does not apply to anyone other than someone who is currently, at the moment they're being called as a witness, your spouse.